I should be live right now. I have absolutely no idea if anybody is watching. I am pretty sure my microphone is supposed to work. I am so sad. I was supposed to use my camera because I had set it all up and I have my camera for like as a webcam, and I had my HDMI and everything, and it didn't fit in the camera. So I'm a little bummed about that. And I have my microphone on that too. But yeah. Anyway, hi. I wrote down what I wanted to talk about because I just wanted to go live um, to chat because there are a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, and I also have some exciting, well, just an exciting thing to tell you, which I'm a little giddy about. But first, I don't know if anybody's watching. If anybody is watching, I would love for you to write in the chat. If there is nobody watching, that is also completely fine because I'm recording this so that it can go up on the channel as a video to watch. If you're interested in that, I'm going to be talking about the decks that I'm going to be working with in January. That is inspired by Orsi from Dragorsi's Tarot here on YouTube. Because I actually saw that she did a live stream about this too. So I thought, you know what? I'm also going to do a live stream about this because I didn't want to do a separate video because I sort of already have all my stuff figured out. My content calendar figured out for the month of January. And this didn't really fit in there, but I did want to do a video where I just did want to talk about all of this. So, yeah, I want to say I want to do more of these live streams. I'm definitely going to figure out how to get this camera working because I have done it before. I have used my camera as a webcam before. I just couldn't find the right equipment, like couldn't find the right cables and stuff. So that is very annoying. Anyway, yeah. Oh, what I also wanted to say, like I said, I want to do more live streams. I think I'm gonna really like talking about the decks that I'm gonna be using for a certain month. So I would love to do these videos, these live streams every month, maybe. As well as VRs, because like I said, I usually have my content calendar all planned out for the entire month ahead. And then there's this VR that I see on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do that, but I don't know where it's going to fit in with my content calendar. So I think it will be really fun to do these VRs or those VRs live on camera. And especially since when I start talking about it, I can just put a timestamp in the description box so anybody who didn't catch the live can look at it later. So yeah, if anybody's watching, please let me know in the chat. I would love to talk to you. So let's just start with what I've done for the decks for January. Because like I said, I saw Dragorsi from Tarot. I saw her do the live stream like this. And what I did was, I don't know if you've seen my video where I went through my entire Tarot and Oracle collection and I divided them into 3 groups. So I divided it into hard stays, so any decks that I definitely want to keep, any soft stays, any decks that I want to keep my collection for like right now, but I don't really know if this is something that I want to keep in my collection forever, you know, or for long term. And then ones that are on the chopping block. So I have here 2 decks that are on the chopping block. Yeah, so I keep this basket on my desk, and I'm gonna grab it so I can show you. I have this basket on my desk, and in here I have my decks, and then I have one boxed deck because I don't have I don't have a bag for this yet. And also I like the box. I think it's pretty. It's like velvety and everything. And these are the decks that I'm going to be working with in January. So what I did was I chose 2 decks from the chopping block section. I have one from the soft stay and 2 from the hard stay. So that is what I have. So to start with one of the hard stays, I have my True Heart Intuitive because I love this deck. I love the images on this deck. And I want to work more with this in January because I think it's really pretty. I say this all the time. I hate the backs. Why do the backs look like this? Also, a lot of people complain about the cardstock on these because they're very flexible, they're very thin, but this makes for an awesome shuffle. So I'm gonna see if I can. I have so much stuff here on my desk right now because I was in a hurry trying to figure out everything. So let me see if I can just. I'm now using the laptop, my laptop camera. So that makes it very easy to riffle shuffle it because it's so flimsy. Can I do this? I usually can't. Not really. So yeah. So this is one of the decks that I want to work with in January because I love the images. I think they are really cool. I like the white borders. I like cards with white borders. And just the art style is really interesting. And whenever I pull this out for a reading, I get very much intuitive messages. So yeah, I find it very easy to use. I enjoy using it. My True Heart Intuitive Tarot, this is. But I don't use it enough. Like, I pull it out for readings, for pick a card readings on the channel, but other than that, I tend to not use it. So by having it in this basket here on the desk, I hope to be able to reach for it a little bit more. And actually used it in a pick a card reading that I recently did. So yeah, this is one from the Heart Stay category from that video that I want to work with in January because I love it. I just don't use it enough. So now let's go from a Heart Stay. I'm going to take it out so I don't forget that I already talked about it. Let's go from a Heart Stay 1 to a Chopping Block 1. My Tarot of the Divine. And I'm going to do an entire video on this where I put it on the chopping block and talk to you about why it is on the chopping block and whether or not I'm going to keep this. Anybody watching the live stream right now as well as a replay, I'm not going to get rid of this. I am not going to get rid of this because it's gorgeous. And anytime I see anybody do readings with it on YouTube, I absolutely love it. I think it's so pretty. And recently I did use this deck for a pick a card reading as well. So, and the messages came very much intuitively. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, really excited about the Tarot of the Divine. But the reason that it is on the chopping block is because I just don't use it enough. And there is this entire guidebook that you have to purchase separately. It's not really a guidebook. It's just a book on the stories that these cards are based on, because every card is based on a story that is from all over the world. And that concept is really great. The colors are vibrant. I love the backs. I love the sort of cardstock. I can't riffle shuffle this, but these shuffle really well overhand. So I really like that. And I work with jump out cards. So that's great for this deck too. Yeah. And I made this bag for it in like a dark bluish color. Let's get the light on it. Yeah, dark bluish color, really pretty. And it does come with like this guidebook, and it does have some information, but yeah. And the reason that I want to work with this more in January again is because I wanted to get to know it more. I want to get to know the stories better. And I definitely am thinking of picking up the entire guidebook. So the Beneath the Moon book it is called, to get a better understanding of it. Yeah. So now let's talk about what was the other? The soft stay category. So this one was from the soft stay category. This is the Happiness Tarot. And there's something about this tarot deck that I'm really quite mad about. So this is beautiful, right? It's like a beautiful box. It's the Happiness Tarot. It's my first Dutch tarot deck. It comes with a guidebook that is made really well. And there's a bunch of information. It's really quite different for me because I'm used to like 7 of Cups, and now it is Dutch, like the Zeven Kelken. So that's really weird for me. And this is the deck. Beautiful, right? It has like golden edges. The backs are purple. Hi to anybody who's watching. I'm going through the decks that I want to work with in January. Please let me know if you're here through the chat. It should be set up correctly. in StreamYard. So I definitely hope that that is going well. So if you are here, I would love it if you could let me know in the chat. So yes, let me actually check that out on my phone. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing any messages. So this is the deck, right? This is the deck. Look at that. That is awful. Look at that. This deck, if anybody would like to guess how much this deck costs, I'm going to tell you. This deck costs 50 euros. 50 euros. Let's say that it's like $55. And you get cards that are like I'm barely putting any pressure on this. This is so thin. I was shocked when I got this because I got it because this is from Happiness, right? This is a magazine. This is a Dutch magazine. And I opted for a gift of a tarot deck. So I didn't pay 50 euros for this, but I did pay like 65 euros, I believe, or something like that for the entire year of Happiness magazines, including this deck. This is insane. I'm going to show you how this shuffles. This is madness. So this is how I like to do it. And then I put it like that. And look at how easy I can bend these. And they also stick together quite a bit because of the golden gilding. And I mean, the gilding is really pretty. It looks really good. And it overhand shuffles fine. But I don't understand how they can charge 50 euros for this deck. 50 euros for a deck where the cards are like slightly thick paper. Like if like if two of my textbook pages stick together, that is how thick these cards are. Hi, Ellen. Thank you so much for watching. Let me see if I can put you on the screen. Yeah, I'm so happy for you that you didn't get it either. You told me that you wanted to get it. It is insane how thin this cardstock is. Like, I mean, the cards, the images are really pretty. They are aesthetically really pretty. And the golden edges are pretty. I don't necessarily like the backs. I think they are a little bit too dark for my liking. But yeah, so this is a video on decks that I want to work with in January. And I do really want to work with this deck in January because I just got it. It's my latest. It is my latest tarot deck. So I definitely want to work with it, mostly because I have only learned and read about the tarot in English. And Dutch is actually my first language. So having this book, I'm not going to lie, I did buy mostly of the book, or I did want to get it mostly because of the book, to hopefully get a little bit better of an understanding of the tarot in Dutch. Yeah, you are totally right, Ellen. The illustrations are great, but sometimes it's not just about the illustrations, because it's the entire experience of a deck. You want, when you do tarot, it's not just about the illustrations. You want it to shuffle great. And a deck like this, look at that. I can bend the entire deck super easily. Like, I have mobility issues, right? And I can bend this super easily. It's... Yeah, when I used this for the first time in a reading for a pick a card, I almost felt like I folded down a card when I was shuffling this. It was insane. And they are pretty. They look pretty in a... but yeah. So again, I mostly want to work with this month for the guidebook, to get a better understanding of the tarot through Dutch. But yeah, I definitely do not recommend this deck if you want to pick it up. Definitely not for full price of 50 euros. Like, that is insane to me, how they dare to charge 50 euros for this deck. So yeah, that is the third tarot deck that I want to work with in January. If anybody is watching, I want to share with me with us your tarot deck, or any decks that you want to be working with in January. Definitely let us know. So now I want to go for another one that I put in the heart state category. That is the Tattoo Tarot. Ooh, look at the reflection. I have my ring light here because it's almost getting late here. So this deck is so my aesthetic because it's like very light and white, but the illustrations are a little bit darker. Right? You would think that they know how to print things because they are I don't know if they are like a publishing company, but they publish magazines every 1.5 months, every 2 months or something like that. And they have done for years. So yeah, you would think that they know how to print things. But yet, not when it comes to decks, at least. So yeah, the Tattoo Tarot, really pretty. This is definitely my aesthetic. It's white, and I love a lot of white in my cards. And it's red, and red is like the branding color of my channel, so I like that. So yeah, the Tattoo Tarot, I want to work more with this because I have been neglecting this, but anytime that I pick it up for a reading, it is so clear. This is one of those decks that I don't need a lot of cards with from to do a reading. So that is why I would love to work, or I'm gonna, and I wanna work more with this deck in January. Just because I've been neglecting it and it's beautiful. You are using the True North Tarot. I have absolutely no idea how that looks. Let me look it up. True North Tarot. I do follow you on Instagram, of course, so I know that you post a lot of pictures of your decks. Oh, that is so interesting. I've never seen a deck like this. It's like Polaroid pictures. That is so interesting. Let me see if I can I share my screen? I think I should be able to. Let's see. Yes, I can. Okay, so this is what that looks like. The North Tarot. Looks like Polaroid pictures. It's really cool. Love that. Okay, so it should be back to me right now. Okay. So yeah, those were 4 tarot decks. Let's talk about the last tarot deck. This one is in the chopping block category as well, because I am thinking of decluttering this. I sort of unofficially already decluttered it, and then I went to pick it up again because this should be my aesthetic. Like I have right here, because I did just recorded a video reading that somebody booked with me and they wanted the Dreaming Way Tarot. This is like my perfect aesthetic. It's like white and whimsical and airy and funny and quirky. I absolutely love that. And this is sort of in that same realm. So this is a mini deck, which might also be a reading. Oh, sharing did not work. Oh, that's awkward. That's really awkward that the sharing didn't work. Oops. Well, I'm going to try and remember to link to the deck in the description box. Wow, that's really awkward. Anyway, this is a mini deck. So again, that might also be a reason why I am not really working with this. Because like I already mentioned, I have mobility issues, mostly my thumb. So that makes especially riffle shuffling very hard for me, especially with like stiffer cards when they are mini. But like I said, this should be my aesthetic because it's white. This one doesn't have borders, but it's had this white thing at the border or at the bottom here. And the colors are light and pastel, and they are really whimsical cards. Then you know it for the next time. Yeah, I'll know it for the next time. I'm going to have to try and figure that out. But there are animals in this deck. And I have found that I only like animals in my tarot decks or oracle decks or just any decks in general. I only like animals in my decks when it's centered around a certain animal. So with the Tarot Renard, that is all about a fox. And we follow that fox throughout the journey, throughout the major and minor arcana. In those cases, I really like it. I also have my Magical Dogs tarot that I absolutely love. And that one is all about dogs. But then with this one, We have the hermit or we have the sloth for the hermit. And I guess if you know a lot about sloths, then it might make sense. I don't know a lot about sloths. Otherwise, I would have gotten like a sloth themed deck. I do know a lot about dogs, and I have an emotional connection with dogs. So when I see a dog in the tarot deck, I can really intuitively pick up on the messages. And that is just not the case with this deck. So again, this is the White Sage tarot deck, and again, it's really pretty. The minor arcana are pip decks, though, so that's not that's also not something that I necessarily like. For some of the cards, you can sort of figure out what it means. I love Judgment as like a light bulb moment. I do think that that is really fun. And the Death card, I think, is interesting. So yeah, there are definitely some cards that I do get intuitive hits with, but there are also some that I just don't. Here, look, this is the dog in this deck, and I love it. So yeah, I want to work with the White Sage Tarot this month, mostly because I want to film a video on having it on the chopping block and deciding whether or not I want to get it. Another thing that's featured in this deck are these little chakra cards. So every tarot card in the deck is associated with a certain chakra. So if here I have the Five of Wands. Let me look it up. The Five of Wands here says that the chakra is number 3, the solar plexus, yellow light. So we do see the yellow in the card. So I guess that way we should sort of be able to figure that out. But yeah. Oh yeah, thank you so much that you were here. Thank you so much for chatting and participating in chat. That's really fun for me. Otherwise, it's just me talking to a camera while live and not even being able to edit this. So thank you so much for being here. So again, yeah, the White Sage Tarot should be my thing, should be my aesthetic. It is my aesthetic, but it just so far doesn't work for me. And I'm really interested in seeing if anything, any of that is going to change when I put it on the chopping block. So let me take a sip of water now that we have the tarot decks. I'm going to talk about 2 oracle decks that I want to work with in January. If you are drinking water or if you have water near you, definitely take a moment to take a sip of water. Yeah. So if anybody else is watching and feels comfortable, I would love it if you could participate in the chat. We'll have to see what you have to say. So I have 2 decks that I want to be working with in January. Let me see. Yeah, I'm first going to talk about the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. Yeah, this one is, I didn't even say who the other ones were by, so I'm going to do it for this one. This is by Laura Sava, and it's a low Scarabeo deck. I recently already did like a deck study of this. Let me actually get my little, I have a couple of little cards. This one is my gratitude journal. This one is my oracle journal. And then I have my little book of spreads because I tend to make my own spreads a lot. I like making my own spreads. So yeah, let's see. I need my oracle journal. So I have written down first of my Burberry Zodiac Oracle, all of my own associations with all of these cards, because I didn't like the guidebook that came with the Burberry Zodiac Oracle. And I also I do like the guidebook that comes with the Dark Mirror because this is such a different deck. Let me actually open it up and show you what it looks like. So the guidebook, this is the thickness, but there's multiple languages in here. So let's see how big the English part is. This is the part that is English. So, I mean, there is enough information for me for the cards. It's also a little, how do I want to say this? Not necessarily poetic, but it's written in a way that doesn't always make it very clear what it means when you pull a certain card in a reading. So like if I pull Colorless Angel, I want to be able to go to the guidebook and see what does it mean when I pull this card. So what I did when I worked with this deck for my Oracle journal is I wrote down the number, I just went 1 through, how many cards do we have? I think it were like 20. Oh no, there were 32. So 1 through 32, and I just wrote down my own associations. So for Colorless Angel, that was 10. And I just looked at what the guidebook said. And then for me, I wrote down with Colorless Angel, I wrote down ignoring your pain, trying to be cold, but having, or you are encouraged to actually face your pain. So those are keywords that I can use in a reading. So that is how I already have used it this month, by going through all of the cards, going through the entire guidebook. Let me show you the cards because they are awesome. I usually don't like darker decks, but for some reason, and this is like the darkest of dark decks, like it's dark mirror oracle cards, and the themes of the deck are very dark. But I think that this is amazing for shadow work, like looking at what is it underneath all of it. I might be putting up a front, but what is it that I'm feeling, that I'm thinking, that I'm going through underneath all of that? So I think that that is really cool. So anyway, how I plan to use this deck for the rest of the month is just using it in readings. I might, is that a fun idea? Like, I know I already have my content calendar all planned out, but maybe it's a good idea to do like another shadow work sort of pick a card reading, because I did a lot of shadow work readings and shadow work talk in October, which was where I uploaded a video for every Monday through Friday in October. So I talked a lot about shadow work then. And I feel like the fall definitely is a time where we talk a lot about shadow work, but then after like Halloween-ish, we don't hear it as often anymore. We don't talk about shadow work as often anymore. So yeah, I think that might be a good idea to grab these cards and maybe any other darker deck that I have for some shadow work talk. So let me put this back. But yeah, this is definitely a deck that I want to be using in January. Also because I just think shadow work is very important. So I don't just want to use it for myself, but I want to use it for you guys too on the channel. So now I want to talk about my Lost Oracle deck that I want to be working with in January, and that is my Monology Manifestation Oracle deck. And I sort of have been using this. Where is my Book of Shadows? Because I want to show you my Book of Shadows and how I use this Oracle deck. I recently sort of cleaned out my desk area, but I need to do it again. So this is my Book of Shadows. If you haven't seen it, I do have a video up on my Book of Shadows. So what I use this deck, let me first tell you about that, is I look at the moon phase, and currently I've only been using it for new moons and full moons, and not even all of them, because I don't think did I use this for the new moon? I don't think I used it for the new moon. No, I didn't. So we're gonna go on to the full moon. So when I look at what is the next moon phase, let me see what the next moon phase is. Because this deck is beautifully illustrated, it is pretty hard to shuffle, so I'm sort of happy that I'm not really using it as an oracle deck yet. I'm using it more as a tool for my moon work. Let's see, the full moon is on the 18th, and the 9th is going to be the first quarter. So let's just look at the new moon that we had January 2nd. Yeah, English, not my first language. So you can see here, this is the full moon in Aries. So we're just going to go through these cards and look at the new moon in, what was it? I think it was Capricorn. These are so pretty. This is the last moon in quarter moon in Capricorn. So you have for the new moon and full moon, as well as the first quarter and last quarter, you have these cards. And you can use them, both the cards and the guidebook, for your moon practice. Okay, I don't want to look anymore. So this is the new moon in Libra. It wasn't the new moon in Libra, and it won't be for a while. But what you can do is here, you see, know that you are loved. So what you can do, and how I'm going to use this month, is I'm going to look at the moon phase. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to grab my guidebook with it. So we have new moon. We took Libra. And then with the new moons in this deck, it's all about manifestation. So all about manifesting something that you want. So for this one, I would see that the manifesting focus here, it says, this card is an especially good sign for matters related to romance, job interview, or any important relationship. So if there are any manifestation goals that you have regarding your job, regarding important relationships or any relationships or romance in general, then this is a great time for that. And then there is a little interpretation of the card as well, or I like to see it as an interpretation of the moon phase as well. So let me see what I did for the previous one, which was the last one. I did the full moon in Gemini. I did. So I wrote down the quote. I can show this. I wrote down the quote that is on the card. So for the full moon in Gemini, it was embrace the flow of life. And I wrote down sort of a summary or like the most important sentences from the guidebook. So it was, you or someone else needs some space. Stop worrying about the details of how to solve your issues and take a moment to get some more perspective. Let life flow. And then it also has a manifesting mindset. It's important to accept where you are so you can move to where you want to be. And then just information on how do I want to work with that energy. That is something that I can figure out for myself. And sometimes I also like to make a tarot spread for myself, do a tarot reading, journal about that as well. And that is how I like to use these cards. So yeah, that is another deck that I want to be working with in January. And then the last one that I want to work with in January is not a tarot deck. It's not an oracle deck. It's my only Lenormand deck. This is the Dreaming Way Lenormand. And I got this as a gift from one of my viewers. And I'm super grateful for it. I literally just dropped the top card. Ooh. So these cards are so cute and so small. Like, this is my White Sage Tarot. This is my mini tarot deck, and this is the Lenormand deck. So this one is even, it's like wider but shorter. Yeah, and like I said, I love my Dreaming Way Tarot. So I thought, there's no way that I won't love a Dreaming Way Lenormand. But the thing is, I don't know how to read Lenormand. So I hope that reading this little guidebook, this is such a small guidebook. Look at that. When I got this, I was swooning over it. It's so cute. But I definitely want to learn how to read Lenormand. The backs on these are so funny. So this is also a deck that I want to use in January because I want to learn Lenormand, and this is my only Lenormand deck, the Dreaming Way Lenormand. I didn't even show you pictures. Let me show you pictures or the images because it's so cute. And like I already said, I love the aesthetic of like whimsicalness, and that is what I love about the Dreaming Way Tarot so much. So it's really cute. It's still in order, of course, because I still have to learn about it. And I might make like a Lenormand journal, like I have an Oracle journal, or I just write it down somewhere on my computer to print it out. So yeah, those are the decks that I want to be working with. So just to recap, I have my Lenormand, Dreaming Way Lenormand. I have my Monology Manifestation Oracle and my Dark Mirror Oracle. If there's anybody watching, by the way, right now, or if you are watching this on the replay, I would love for you to let me know in chat or in the comments what deck you want to be working with in January, as well as why. The White Sage Tarot, because I don't get it. I don't get it. It should be my aesthetic. It should be my thing, but it's just not. My Tattoo Tarot, because I've been neglecting it. The Happiness Tarot, because it's my newest deck in my collection. Then the Tarot of the Divine, because also I've been neglecting it and I have to purchase the guidebook and do something with that. I really do. Not because I have to, but because I want to, because the cards are gorgeous. And my True Heart Intuitive Tarot, because I've also been neglecting this. So those were the decks that I want to work with in January. If there's anybody here watching right now, would love it if you could contribute in chat, only if you are comfortable with that, because I know sometimes it can be a little I don't know, not everybody is up to, chatting in live chat. You're just more here to lurk and to watch, and that is also completely fine. Anyway, while I tidy all this up, I want to talk to you about something that I thought was really exciting. It happened to me yesterday. Okay, so some of you might know that, or some of you might even be here because you watched me on the segment of Helping You Say Yes to the Deck by Lisa Papez. If anybody here watching is from there, definitely let me know in chat or in the comments down below. Anyway, that really helped me get a lot more eyes on my channel, and that is not why I did it. I did it because I thought it was fun, and I wanted to be in a chat with Lisa and Peggy because I enjoyed I enjoy their content, I enjoy what they are doing, and I wanted to do that. So yesterday, or no, okay, I have to track back a little bit. Around Christmas, right before Christmas, I saw that Aphrodite was on Twitter, and I don't check Twitter often. So when I do check it, it's because I just feel like there's nothing else to do. So I checked Twitter, and I saw that Aphrodite had posted that he wants to read, or he wants his subscribers and his chat to read his tarot cards for him. So if you don't know who Aphrodite is, I don't really know how, because he is like a huge channel, but he is like a pulp culture psychic. He does tarot readings on true crime, and I think he does it very respectfully. That's just how I perceive it. He does readings for celebrities and like controversial people here on YouTube as well. And so he said, I want subscribers to read my tarot, and he's going to react to them on stream. And I'm like, okay, he does do a lot of he does do this thing where he has his stream and then he creates YouTube videos out of it. Oh yes, hi. Do I say your name correctly if I call you Joan? I think so. Thank you so much for hopping over to my channel after sawing me on Lisa Papez. I really appreciate you being here. So I saw Aphrodite, and he has this huge channel, right? He has over 100,000 subscribers, I believe. So I was like, I have to do a reading for him. So I told my boyfriend, okay, please go sit in the bedroom while I take over the living room and film my reading for Aphrodite, because it's a huge opportunity. So, and after I did that and I submitted it in the Google form that he shared, I was just waiting until his stream. I followed him on Twitch, and I was looking like, okay, when is he gonna react to the tarot readings, and is mine gonna be in there? I even thought that there would be a chance that he wouldn't react to mine, right? So I guess anybody who's watching this can see where this is going. Yesterday, I got the pop-up notification. I was literally filming for my other channel, a video that I haven't filmed for in a while, and I saw that he said, chat reads my tarot, and I was like, oh, it's the video. So it took me a little bit. It took me like half an hour or maybe longer to be able to join the chat, because I had to finish up my own video. And we were watching a reading, and it was a really good one. I was like, oh, I don't even remember what I talked about. Like, some things sort of overlapped. The things that he said were accurate for him. So I was like, okay, I know that I say similar things. And then literally the next reading was mine. And he reacted to me, and my face was on his channel. So I probably should have uploaded a video to show you here on stream, but I didn't. So, and it's a very flattering picture that I took, of course, that I sent to my boyfriend. Like, oh my God, he is featuring me. I was featured on Aphrodite's channel here. And it was so fun to watch. And this is a video that is unlisted, by the way, so you haven't seen it. But, and people were so nice. And I took some screenshots of chat, or I took some pictures of the chat. And I even went back to watch it again afterwards just to see the reactions, because I have only been a tarot reader for over a year. I started in 2020, September 2020 is when I started reading tarot. But I have this thing where when I see something that I like, when I want to learn something new, I dive all in. I don't do things half-assed. When I want to learn something new, and in this case it's with tarot, when I want to learn something new, I go all in. So I went sort of obsessed over tarot, and I think that I have learned so much. But there are still some times that I don't necessarily feel very validated in myself. It's like this imposter syndrome, right? I know that a lot of people struggle with that as well, imposter syndrome, whether that is about any abilities that you have, any talents, or just anything in life you can have imposter syndrome about, basically. I know some people might, and this goes maybe a little personal, maybe I shouldn't really talk about this on live stream because I haven't really talked about it with anybody besides my boyfriend. But here we go. I know some people have imposter syndrome when it comes to their sexual orientation. And that is something that's really personal because I am in a very straight passing relationship because I am together with my boyfriend. But yeah, I do have, so I do sort of like, this is this imposter syndrome talking, right? I want to say I consider myself part of the LGBTQ community, but because I have a very straight passing relationship, because I identify as a girl, as she, her, and I have a boyfriend who identifies and uses as a guy and uses he, him pronouns. But still, I consider myself part of the LGBTQ community. But it feels very imposter syndrome because, I don't look like it, if that makes sense. And I know that there are other people in the same community who have it way harder. So that's just something that's way too personal, probably. But yeah, anyway, it was really nice to feel so validated as a tarot reader on his Twitch stream. And that was so nice. And I actually got a lot of orders because a lot of people enjoyed my reading. And I was chatting there. I was saying, oh my God, this is me. Like, he's reacting to me. That is my face. That is my reading. And I was sort of freaking out. And people were so nice. And they were adding, me with saying that I was doing well and that they liked my reading, that they liked my vibe and my aesthetic. And that is something that I do work really hard for my videos. So that was just really nice. And I got a lot of orders because they wanted to know what is my channel, because it didn't show on the stream. So I said, you can look me up, Tarot with Ruby, if you want to book, or I want to say people wanted to book a reading with me. They wanted to know where. I didn't feel comfortable like sharing any links or something like that. So I didn't. But I did say, my channel's Tarot with Ruby. If you want to book a reading, you can find my links through there because they are always in the description box below. And I already had like 3 bookings, like 5 minutes after my reading ended, after Aphrodite stopped reacting to my reading. And then I got 2 more orders after that, even today again. So that was super fun that I just get to do more tarot readings for people because that is what I enjoy doing. I currently have I think they're pretty low prices. I have reduced them a little while ago just because I don't have a lot of reviews, on my readings. So I don't feel comfortable having higher prices when I don't necessarily have anything to show you like, hey, this is why I am a great tarot reader and this is why you should pay that price for me. Just because I say that I think I'm worth it doesn't mean that other people just should believe me because I don't have a lot of reviews yet. I mean, I do have this whole channel, but still. So yeah, just an opportunity to be seen, to be featured on such a large Twitch stream, because there were over 300 people watching that stream. That was insane to me. That was an experience to see my own face and hear my own voice on somebody else's stream. Like, I have been creating content for years, even years before I created this channel. I've been making videos on here for like almost 1.5 years, but I already had another channel where I talked about so many things. I talked about beauty. I talked about veganism. I talked about bullet journaling is how I started that channel. And then I started like 6 years ago or something. And even before that, I had another YouTube channel. So I am definitely not a stranger to seeing my own face, looking myself in the eyes when I do either a live stream or when I film videos. It's not something that I find weird. I'm very used to seeing myself and hearing myself back. But to see yourself and hear yourself back on somebody else's stream, knowing that there are over 300 people watching, participating in chat actively, that was an experience. And the idea that he might turn this into a YouTube video, because that is what he did say at the start of the stream, that he was going to try and make a YouTube video out of it. If he does, I might do like a reaction video just as an extra piece of content, because yeah, that seems really fun. If there's anybody watching wanting to participate in chat, I would love it if you would do so, because this pretty much was everything that I wanted to talk about. I already talked about all of the decks that I will be using throughout January. So if you missed that, then definitely catch the replay, because I go through all of this. Yeah, if there's anybody watching wanting to share what decks you will be using in January, then that would be very much appreciated to sort of keep chat going. And just to share decks, because I noticed that I know a lot of tarot decks. Like, we were watching yesterday on stream tarot readings from other people, and whenever they would pull out cards, I'm like, oh, I know that deck, it's that one. And for some of them, I also had them. Like the Mermaid Tarot, that's gorgeous. That one was used on stream yesterday. So that's funny. I love tarot decks. What can I say? Should I just briefly talk about what is on my wish list right now? Because some things have changed. And I mean, you're here. We're talking about decks. I can talk to you about what is on my wish list. I'm also looking to do like a whole new setup on my desk, but I have to clean up a bunch of shit. Like, I'm gonna expose myself here. There are 7 of you watching right now. This is my desk area. It is a mess. It is a mess. And I have to clean all of that up. So I don't mind exposing myself. Not in that way. In that way. Not in that way. Okay. So decks on my wish list right now. The Halloween Oracle. I like this deck. I wanna be able to share my screen, but I just tried to do that and it didn't go well. It didn't work. So let's see if I can do that. Share screen. You know, it should be working, but why is it not? It's not working. That is really unfortunate. It's probably something having to do with my settings. Trying to figure that out. How did this work? Oh, I've done this before. I know how this works. Oh, yes. I know how this works. So in the meantime, while it's not going to work. Oh, I have a couple of chats. Let's see. I got the Star Tarot for Christmas, and I am planning to really dive in it this year. Lots of symbolism to learn with that. Let me see. The Star Tarot. I have heard of it, and I know that it is one that is quite popular. The Star Tarot. Oh, I know which one that is. The one with the... Wait, is it the one with the blue borders? I'm really annoyed that I can't share my screen. I'm really annoyed. But it's the one with the Hermit card on the box. I have seen that one. That's really cool. And you really want to dive in it this year? Lots of symbolism to learn with that deck. That is so cool. Yeah, I really like when a deck is really special and unique in certain ways, because it really gives you a chance to dive deep with that deck and to really get to know it. And I already shared it, but maybe some of you weren't here for that. I have my Oracle journal where I write down anything for a certain Oracle deck, like this one with the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, because those cards are really quite different. And that is really interesting to dive deeper into it and to really get to know them. Thank you for sharing. This month, I'm working with the, how do I pronounce this? Tarot de Arcs, the Alice deck. studying the Shadowland Tarot, as I'm not sure about it in my collection yet. Yeah, I just talked about a couple of decks that that I want to work with this month, just because I don't know if I want to have them in my collection. And the only way to find out is to work with them. So that's super smart. The Shadowland, I know the one, the Shadowland Tarot. I've heard of that one. Oh, it's a really quirky sort of deck that it is. You think it's like dark, but it doesn't aesthetically look super dark, but it's really fun and quirky. I really like that. That's such a good one. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. I'm just getting into tarot again. I bought the Star Tarot not long ago, so I've been studying it. How have you been liking it? Do you enjoy it? I'd love to hear that. So already had to block someone. That's fun. So like you said, just getting into tarot again, but the Star Tarot. Yeah, I would love to hear if you've been liking it. Let me see. Sorry, I had a phone call come through. You know, real life things happen. I'm just a person on the internet. You can always watch the replay. I'm working with the how do I pronounce that? Is that Swedish? Verhexa? Verhexa? Any mythical creatures? I was so lucky to get that one off eBay for a good price. Oh, the Verhexa. Let me Google that. I'm just Googling everything. Verhexa Tarot. Which one is that? Like Wicked Moonlight? She has all the decks on her YouTube channel. I'm really thankful for her. I'm really thankful for her. That one looks really cool. Like I have to sort of get close to it to be able to see it from her thumbnail images. That is a really interesting deck. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to keep that tab open so I can take a look at it later. Thank you for sharing. Oh, and you have your first Thoth coming in. Ooh, that is hard to say. And excited to try that. Yeah, I don't know what is different about Thoth. I have only worked with Rider-Waite-Smith and Rider-Waite-Smith based tarot decks, but never Thoth. It's by MJ. It's by MJ Cullinane. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have no idea what is different about Thoth from the Rider-Waite-Smith. Like, is it a completely different system, or do the cards still have the same meanings, but just different symbolism or something? I am definitely only comfortable with the Rider-Waite-Smith system right now, because that is the only system I have currently worked with. But yeah. Okay, so I was talking about decks on my wish list. So I have the Halloween Oracle, and this is the box. It's super spooky. And I don't know, I don't really like darker tarot decks, but I somehow do like darker Oracle decks. Like, I already talked about my Dark Mirror Oracle deck that I want to work with this month. So yeah, I do like darker Oracle themed or darker themed Oracle decks. So the Halloween Oracle, and that is definitely a deck that I see myself using throughout the entire year. And okay, so I have talked about this deck before, I'm pretty sure. And this is a deck that I didn't want. But then it came out with a pocket edition, and it's only 11 euros. It's like 10.99. And it's the pocket edition of the Wild Unknown. And I see so many people talk about this deck, and I recently watched someone really gush about it, and they showed me a couple of cards and said that certain things that they liked about the card, and I really saw it in the cards too, which I didn't have that before when I watched flip-throughs of it. So I might just want to pick up the mini version of the Wild Unknown, because it's only 11 euros. I can also always just pass it on, or give it away in a giveaway or something like that, because I would love to do more giveaways. So yeah, that is also one that is on my wish list. Then I also have the Fountain Tarot. That is such my aesthetic. I love the box too, the Fountain Tarot, because it's more lighter. It has the white border. It's really more of that, again, the whimsical, whitish, lightish aesthetic that I really like. So that is on my wish list. I still have the Real Talk Tarot on my wish list as well, because the borders are really weird. Like, they're phones, but it's also kind of quirky, and the images within the borders within the phone are really fun to me, and I really resonate with them. Same, you didn't want to get it before, but you got the mini and you like it. And even, what is it that you like about it? Because I am so conflicted about it. Like I said, I really didn't want it before, and maybe that is because like I'm cringy like that. When everybody says they like something and that they love something, then it makes me not want to buy it. It makes me not want to watch it. Like the Despicable Me film with the minions. Everybody loves it, and that makes me not want to watch it. Yeah, I'm that kind of person. I am that kind of person. So that is what it was with me with the Wild Unknown. But then I saw that there was many. So conflicted, so conflicted. Anyway, the Real Talk Tarot. This is on a Dutch app, by the way, bol.com, because that is where I purchase a lot of my stuff. The Oracle, the Divine Animals Oracle. This one is an Oracle deck all about animals. And like I said, I love animals. And this one, because it is an Oracle, I hope that I will be able to learn more about the symbolism of animals within this certain deck. And then, of course, that is the reason why I didn't like the White Sage, which I already talked about in stream. But I just hope that it's different with an Oracle, because when it comes to an Oracle, I feel like a lot of people say that an Oracle is really easy. An Oracle deck is really easy to just pick up and read with. But I find that not always to be the case. Like, yes, sometimes. So with like, I have my Pure Magic Oracle deck here, and it has a bunch of keywords at the bottom. So yeah, I could shuffle this, take a card. That was literally the card that was on the bottom. I could take a card. It says Songbirds, Hexbreaker, Sound Healing, Final Goodbye, Release. And I can take this card and say, based on the keywords, what that would possibly mean, especially when I already have pulled other cards. But it's not always the case. Like with the Dark Mirror deck, when I take the top card, it is Calling the Storm. I don't know what that means. I need to read the entire guidebook. I need to do an entire deck study on this Oracle deck to be able to read it. And I don't mind that, because I want to learn with this deck. I love what this deck has to offer, but it won't be a deck that I just pick up and read with right off the bat. And I think that the same will be true from the Divine Animals Oracle. But I don't mind that. I love learning new Oracle decks. Ooh, the Fountain is on your wish list. You were homed yours and you regret it. I heard there is an updated edition in the works, so I'm kind of waiting to see. I should just ask the creator if it's definitely happening. Oh, thank you for sharing. I didn't know that. Oh, who is the creator of the Fountain Oracle? Let me see. The Fountain Oracle is created by Jonathan Saiz. Does he have an Instagram? Maybe he has something on his Instagram. Let's find out. Jonathan Saiz. Ooh. I have no idea. But is he updating the Fountain Tarot, or is he creating a new deck? That is definitely something to keep in mind. Thank you so much for sharing. I will definitely hold off of it a little bit. Yeah. So what other deck is on my wish list? Oh, the last one that I have on Bol. I might have to check my Amazon, is Angels Among Us. Because I did already have like Keepers of the Light Oracle, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the aesthetic. I didn't really know how to work with that deck. And then I also have my Legendary Ladies Oracle deck, and I preferred that one over the Keepers of the Light. But that one is also going on the chopping block. So I also am gonna take a critical look at my Legendary Ladies to see if it is a deck that I feel comfortable using in my readings. Because if I don't feel comfortable using it in my readings, then it's not necessary for me to have. And again, it's the same with the Tarot of the Divine. Like, you have a beautiful deck and a guidebook, and yet you have a separate book with all of the stories for everything that is created for each card. So like with the Tarot of the Divine, let me show you because I have it right here. You have all of these cards, and there's a picture on every card, and all of the pictures, all of the cards resonate or are associated with connected to different stories. And then there's an entire book that you can buy separately that has a story in there. And it bugs me so much that I have to buy that book separately. And the same goes with the Legendary Ladies. Apparently, there's this entire book where it has all of the stories of all these legendary ladies. And I think that it's really cool that they have a book like, or that they created a deck that way. But I don't like that there's a separate book to go with the deck. And that is also why I like, it's on my wish list, the Angels Among Us, because I think it's a really nice modern take on angel energy, I guess. But I just don't know. I don't know. Oh, we were talking about the creator of the Fountain Tarot. He had communicated to someone that he talked to the publisher about releasing the Fountain with more diversity. Oh, if that is the case, then I'm definitely gonna wait to purchase it. Thank you again. Thank you so much for sharing. I didn't know that. I don't know this kind of stuff. I don't know this tarot news. I just know what other people tell me. I just know what other people tell me. And especially with like watching Lisa Papaz's hot takes video, knowing what new decks are about to release. Yeah. So let me see if there's anything on my Amazon wishlist that I didn't talk about. Oh, yeah, this one is also really pretty. I couldn't find this one on Bull, so that's why it's not on there. This is the Sacred Forest Oracle. It's really pretty. And I think this is one of those Oracle decks that I can just... Can I zoom in? Yeah, I can zoom in. Really pretty. I think this is one of those decks that I can just pick up and read with. So this one says Mystic Meadow, and it says Sanctuary. And then we have... What does it say? Pure Spirit, Purification, Wolf Spirit, Family. And I think this is really pretty, and I think it looks really nice in readings too, because I do a lot of, pick a card readings. So I definitely want more Oracle cards for those too. Oh, and I couldn't find this deck on Bull either. But okay, I love throwing self-care into every reading that I do. So this is my Sacred Self-Care Oracle, and I love using this. I use this at the end of every reading. And this is the Self-Care Wisdom cards. Yeah, Self-Care Wisdom cards. Let me zoom in again. Whoop. Cheryl Richardson, Self-Care Wisdom cards. And I just really love the artwork. I really like it. So this is another one that is on my wish list. And let me see, what other decks do I have on my wish lists? I don't think I have many anymore because I moved a lot. I also have the When My Soul Whispered, but that one isn't gonna come out yet. That one used to be an independently published deck, but it's now picked up by US Games, I think. And I have a couple of Lenormand decks, but since I'm still learning my only Lenormand deck that I have, I'm pretty sure I'll just stick with this one for a little bit. And other than that, I do have like my Amazon wish list on public. Oh yeah, the Self-Love Tarot. I love the concept of it. I watched flip throughs and stuff of it, and just the images is just something that I do not vibe with, and I feel so sad about it. Like, I'm pretty sure I have the right image in mind. Self-Love Tarot. I love the concept. Yeah, it's like the blue box with the naked ladies. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that. Oh, I live near a harbor. Do you hear the boat? We have that 2 times a day. Yeah, it is pretty, but it's just not my vibe, and I'm really sad about it because a Self-Love Tarot, you'd think that is absolutely perfect, what I would absolutely love. But yeah, other than that, I have a couple of books that are on my wish list, but yeah, like I said, I do have my wish list on public, so in my link tree. If you want to find me anywhere, by the way, let's see. Linktree Tarot with Ruby. Is it added? It is. So this is my Linktree. That is a big banner. I'm using StreamYard for the first time. That is my Linktree. If you want to find me anywhere, like what do I have on my Linktree? Everything. You can get the free mini ebook that I created. If you are a beginner reader, if you are an advanced reader, if you are any tarot reader at all, and you are interested in some quick and easy tarot spreads, then you can go through my Linktree, click on the top, have it at the top of my Linktree. Let me show you right there. And you can download it for free. I made it in an accompaniment to a video that I did on 9 quick and easy tarot spreads. You can also go to my Linktree if you want to book a personal reading with me. I'm gonna go off of this live in a little bit because I have to record some more tarot readings of people that booked a reading with me. I just really wanted to hop on live. And yeah, I also have my Amazon wishlist on there, as well as my YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can do that as well. It's just Tarot with Ruby. And I have some highlight videos. If you are new to my channel or you haven't watched any older videos of mine, then you might want to look at my highlights. Those are just videos that I personally loved creating the most. Okay. So let me hide this banner because it's taking up a lot of space. Let me see. You said, I love the Sacred Oracle, Forest Oracle. It's so beautiful. It is beautiful. Do you have it? Do you have it? Because I do think it's really pretty. Do you say it's beautiful because of the images that you see on the computer, or do you have it, like, do you actually have it? So to sort of end off the stream, I would like to pull a self-care prompt, because it is Friday. It is Friday evening for me. It's like 9:45 p.m. So what is it that we can do this weekend as a collective? What is it that we can do this weekend as a collective to better our self-care? Everything is falling. Oh no. I have journal. I don't do this enough, you guys. I don't journal enough. I definitely want to do this more. And I think tarot is a beautiful way to have a little bit more self-reflection and to actually journal. Ooh, you have the Sacred Forest Oracle and you enjoy using it. Yeah, it is really pretty. It's really pretty. It's like dark and mysterious almost, or something. I don't know. I love it. Thank you for sharing. So we have a journal. Let's see if there's one more Oracle prompt that we can get, one more self-care prompt for the weekend. Not this deck rubbing in to us that we can't travel. Like some of you might even live in places where you cannot even leave the country. Sometimes I'm mad at my tarot and oracle decks. Do you have that too? Do you also sometimes get mad at what your tarot oracle is telling you? Because that is what I have right now. Like, yeah, I know we all need to plan a vacation. We all need to get out of our houses and do fun stuff. We need some adventure. We need some fun. But it doesn't mean that we always get to get it. But maybe there are some other ways that we can have something like that. Okay, I also have these two cards. Aromatherapy and rest. I'm not somebody who necessarily does a lot of I'm not necessarily someone who does a lot of aromatherapy, but I do like when things smell nice. I do like when things smell nice. So maybe this is just a reminder to really use all senses to enjoy things around us, because we like things that aesthetically look pretty. We like sounds that sound nice, like music. But maybe we don't always pay attention to smells, except for, I don't know, when someone farted and it smells bad, and then we are very aware of the smell that we are smelling. But maybe just, I don't know, if you have any flowers or any essential oils or something. Yeah. And of course, rest. Take some time to rest this weekend. Some of you might have like 9-to-5 jobs. I know that I am going back to teaching next week after we had an almost 3-week breaks. Almost had a 3-week break from teaching. and I have to go back to teaching, even though I have been really enjoying my 3 weeks off. Well, it was like 2.5 weeks, but still, because of Christmas and everything. And I really enjoyed creating content. So yeah, definitely expect. I don't know if some of you might have seen my channel trailer. Oh, I have some chats. Let's see. You love to pull daily just for yourself. Yeah, that is awesome. I definitely want to do that more too. And that is awesome for like a journal prompts. Oh, you have all of her decks. Wait, whose decks? Oh, the Sacred Forest Oracle? Who is it by? Who is the Sacred Forest Oracle by? I didn't even look that up. Let me see. Denise Lynn? Oh, I didn't know her as a creator. Oh, she has Native Spirit Oracle cards. Thank you for sharing. I'm gonna keep this tab open. I'm gonna look at some more decks. That is awesome. Do you like the Living Altar Oracle? For some reason, I really want to like that one. I don't know why it keeps getting my attention. Let me see. Living Altar Oracle. Living Altar Oracle. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. It's definitely very interesting. To me, it's a little overwhelming, I think, of the images that I'm seeing. I definitely see the pull in these cards, but it's also, to me personally, and what I like in my Oracle deck or in my decks and cards in general, it's a little bit overwhelming. But I definitely see the pull in these cards. Thank you for sharing. Oh, I didn't mean to show that. Oh no, I'm gonna block user. Oh no, I'm gonna have to see if I can. Oh no, oh no. I, I'm sorry, that is bad. I don't know if anybody was here to see that. I'm trying to delete that from chat. Maybe it is already deleted. Okay, anyway, let's see. Essential oils, my tarot journal and rest. Sounds like a good weekend. Exactly. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I am instantly very embarrassed that I shared that, because I was like, I thought it was a joke, and it sort of was, but it wasn't by someone who was already in chat. And I'm trying to delete the latest comments, but it's not working. Put them in timeout. Okay, it was blocked. Okay, so that's a great way to end the stream, just by that. I'm gonna see if with the replay, if I can maybe cut that out, or maybe not, because it's sort of funny. And yeah, okay, I'm out of it now. I'm completely out of it. Oh, my dog is walking towards me. Let me show you. There. Hi. So this is my little boy. This is my son. Yeah, he is ridiculously small, but he is really cute. And he is really nice. He doesn't bark, by the way. He's a Chihuahua who doesn't bark. Oh, good, Jan. Good, Jan. Yeah. You regret walking towards me? You're nice. You're so sweet. Okay. Yeah, oh, exactly. That is me. Still every day when I see him. I've had him for over 4 years now, for like almost 4.5 years. But still every day that I see him, I'm like, oh, he's so cute. Yeah. Okay. So I think that I'm going to go. Thank you so much. There were so many more people here. I know he is cute. There were so many more people here than I would have thought, because I have never gone live on this channel before. And I just thought, you know what? I have some decks that I wanted to share. So I wanted to talk about them. I literally gone through the decks in like 20, 30 minutes. Yet I've been live for 1 hour and 14 minutes now. Anyway, yeah. I'm super grateful that you are here. I would love to do more live streams. I talked about that at the start. of the live stream too, but some of you might not have been here. But I want to do like VRs maybe through live stream, so that I can share my answers to the VR and you all can answer your answers to the VR in chat, which I think is going to be really fun. Also because I usually have my entire content calendar all planned out for the entire month, and then there's a new VR that I see that I want to do, and I won't be able to do that for like another couple of weeks, but I'm still very excited to do it. So let me see. I already have a plan for my next live. Yeah, I think that I want to make my 2022 vision board on stream. So I'm definitely going to have to figure out the screen sharing by then. But I want to make a vision board for 2022 on stream. I think that's going to be fun. I am going to go back to see the decks you're working with. I missed that part. Yeah, I will look through the video after this has uploaded, and I'll put a timestamp in the description box if you want to see that. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for watching and participating in chat. It was so fun to know that you are watching and to get to chat with you. Yeah, I am going to end the live stream now. It was so fun. It was so fun. So thank you. If you want to contribute to the conversation in the comments down below when watching the replay, definitely do. And yeah, I am uploading a new video on Sunday, so I hope to see you then. And I uploaded the video today too, so don't forget to check that out. Bye!